hello.
Hello, hello. Lunchtime chats with Barb and me. Welcome, welcome. We're early today. We were trying to do it at 12 o'clock, but I've got a lunch date, so need to move it to a little bit earlier. Barb's just checking and getting that hooked up with her phone so it comes live on her page as well. So we'll just be patient with us for 2 seconds. I hope you're having an amazing day.
Hello.
Nice and warm on the Gold Coast here. Let's just talk about weather. Those who know me love that I hate talking about weather. But anyway, that's just...
Anyway.
Hey, we're going...
Okay.
Today
It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. It's been crazy. It's been a big week, right?
It's been a big week since, last
Thursday.
No, it's been a big year since last Thursday. That's the way to say it, yeah. Anyway.
That's how we roll.
What's the topic today?
Curiosity. And Barb is like, that is like her brand. Like, that is who she is, like curiosity. She is adventure and curiosity. So I'm not going to say too much. I will, but I'm going to hand it over to Barb because I feel like that is your really...
You're curious about what I've got to say.
Exactly. I think, okay, I'll just sum up my quick curiosity understanding. I think it's just being really open always to the adventure, like just being really curious with all the things, you know. If we're not curious, I feel like my mind is very narrow-minded, it's very fixated. But if I'm curious, I'm more open to looking left and right and behind me and around to see what else is going on. Like if I'm just looking at that as a way to live, that's kind of like, that's what I'm interested in. Yeah, being curious of learning, curiosity as to what Barb's going to say and give me another perspective on something. So, boom.
Yeah, curiosity. I think this is the spice of life, really. Oh, am I getting this talking stick now?
Yeah.
Curiosity for me is the spice of life. If you lose being curious, I don't need this today.
I don't need this today. It's up to you. I think they're groovy. I'm a dag though. You do you, I do me. Right?
Okay, let's use the talking stick today. Curiosity is the spice of life. If you stop being curious, something is definitely wrong with you. So I use curiosity in many ways. Curiosity as in what can I explore next? Where's my next adventure? Curiosity as to who I want to be.
I love that.
How would it feel like? So a lot of challenges you can also ask the question. Curiosity is simply to ask questions, really. What I find most powerful is to break down your goals and curiosity. Sort of, if you want to, used to losing weight or gaining beautiful summer body, for example. What would it feel like? So be curious in asking yourself the question: what would it feel like to have a certain type of body, or what would it feel like to have a certain skill? So if you, for example, in your business or in your life, you want to upskill or want to learn something, speak a different language, for example, what would it feel like if I could actually communicate with someone of my favorite country? Like if I go to Bali often, what would it feel like to be able to have a conversation with someone in their language? Also, what would it feel like to be able to do some kung fu moves? Like if you wanted to dive into martial arts and get to know certain sports or something like that, what would it feel like if I could actually do a kung fu move?
I love that you explore the feeling instead of just the doing. Like the feeling is for me. Hello, thank you. The feeling is, I mean, that's the thing that drives us, right?
Absolutely.
What drives me?
What would it feel like?
What would it feel like? Like
if I was that person, or if I had that thing, it doesn't matter. It's just what would it feel like? So be curious about that.
Yeah.
And then break it down, like any goal, any wish you have in that way. You can break it down to the little steps.
Yeah, and for my midlife followers, I think the other thing is, like, I think, and if we're talking about like the morning of our lives and the afternoon of our lives, and this is a Wayne Dyer film book called The Shift, and he really refers that from the morning of our lives to the afternoon of our lives. So I guess that's the midlife, the transition of that. So I feel like sometimes that morning of our lives, we're very fixated on doing the things, like getting the goals, and it's like kind of like boom, boom, boom. And I feel like, for me too, it was like in my 20s, I was very curious and exploring and venturing and traveling and doing all the things. And then, you know, got married and did the things, like did the more fixated
Other things.
Yeah. And hadn't tried anything new for a long time. And that was a real moment in my life that I realized that my mind had closed. And my life had gotten smaller. And this is like, you know, I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago. So it was just like that moment of realizing that I've forgotten to play. I've forgotten to be curious in life. I've forgotten to have fun in
Yes,
that.
that's
Like,
exactly
so
right.
it's,
Yeah.
so I think, you know, midlifers, I think that's kind of where that midlife crisis and people want to go and buy motorbikes and cars and stuff like that, because all of a sudden there's this like thing that drops in there going, oh my gosh, like maybe it's, it's like I haven't done anything. Like I'm not playful anymore. And I think being playful is being curious. Like,
Yes.
you know, you look at a kid, like in a playground, like they're just curious, they're wondering, they're trying this and they're trying that. They're very, very explorative.
When did we actually stop doing that? When did life actually start to be so serious?
Well, I think for me, it was when I got married. But not straight away, don't get me wrong, not straight away, but I think I just got into the do of getting a mortgage, having kids, like doing those goals that we think are going to make us happy, fulfilled. And don't get me wrong, they're beautiful. That's not saying that was a bad thing. It was just, hi Tessa. I think it was just the fact that I'd forgotten the rest of me, you know, and suppressed that part of me and thought that I was doing the right things. But I wasn't. Like, it wasn't who I am. I am an explorer. I am an adventurer. Like, I'm the gypsy girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And now is a chance to start getting curious again.
Yeah.
To just try new things, do different things, be different things, actually, and
It's
have
who you
different,
become.
have different experiences and just go for it. Whatever you can do, be or have anything you want. So just be curious. What is it that you actually want?
So what are you curious about, Barb? Like, let's make this real, you know.
What am I curious about?
Yeah.
Oh, so many things. I'm curious about. I'm at the moment. I'm really curious about what it feels like to have more than enough money to move away from the surviving bit, which when you are an entrepreneur, when you have ideas but not the right finances to do those ideas. And I've been finding myself in survival mode a lot, and I'm so super curious what it feels like to explore wealth and abundance.
I love that.
To do the things that I really love doing, and that is just going on lots of adventures and take other people on adventures with me. And teach them to have exciting and adventurous lives. But that's my main bit that I'm working on right now. I'm curious about what it feels like and what needs to be done to actually move out of a surviving to thriving.
Beautiful. I love
that's
your
mine.
vulnerability in like sharing that too. Like, I love that.
That was where I was hesitant. But
I felt you were hesitant, and I'm honestly celebrating
right.
you, because that's like the truth of where you're at right now, you know, and that's magic. And for me, I would love to hear what yours is as well. Like, I mean, if we planted a little seed of how you can be curious in your life, how that would feel in your life, like, please share it. Would love to support you and cheer you along as you adventure into, you know, that realm of curiosity and create something new, you know, for yourselves.
Yes, and a challenge. We have a challenge as well this week. Last week's challenge was to start each day with intention and set intentions wherever we can. Last week's topic was intention. This week's topic is curiosity. So we encourage you to be curious about what would you like to do next. What would you like to experience? Who would you like to become? Be curious about different skills or whatever mentioned before. And I might even drop this in a post later on. I'm doing a Just Do It challenge next week, which encourages participants to do something different, do something new, try something new every day for 7 days. And it's a proper challenge. It's free.
I'm in.
You're in? Yes, yes, yes,
totally.
yes.
I'm in.
So more information on that later, and we post a link on this later on in your
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll pop it all in there.
yeah.
I think the other thing, like curiosity, right? I think you just spoke about vulnerability. Like I just witnessed your vulnerability and your curiosity, and I just want to speak to that too, because I don't think we can be curious without being vulnerable.
Very true, because there's always a risk in being curious.
Exactly, because it's often the unknown that we're venturing into, a playground of the unknown. So we really don't know what that can look like at that stage. So it's really vulnerable to try something new. So I'm just celebrating that before you even begin. Like if you were going to join the challenge next week with us, and if you've got something big that you're wanting to call forth and be curious in and start stepping into that, celebrating you already, because I think
it's going to be great. And I want to finish with one quote of mine, actually. Now I'm stoked to share this for the first time. If you're curious enough, your courage will be greater than your fear. So let that sink in. If you're curious enough about something, your courage will be greater than your fear. I'll leave you with that. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, stay tuned on the challenge we're doing next week.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you next week.
amazing. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.